Ever wondered how life works at a microscopic level? It's a question that has captivated the human mind for centuries. The mysteries of life, the intricate dance of cells and DNA, the unseen world that exists within and around us, it's enough to make anyone curious. From the dawn of time, we've been driven to understand the world we live in. We've gazed at the stars in awe, explored the deepest oceans and climbed the highest mountains. But perhaps the most fascinating frontier lies not in the vast expanses around us, but in the microscopic universe within us. It's this realm that holds the secrets of life, the very essence of our existence, and so we turn to biology, the study of life. In the past, the world of biology was the preserve of the professional scientist. Laboratories packed with expensive equipment and years of specialized training stood as gatekeepers to this microscopic world. But like many things, biology is evolving. Now we're witnessing the rise of DIY biology, a movement that's bringing the wonders of life's inner workings into the hands of ordinary folks. It's about curiosity, exploration, and a desire to understand the world around us on a deeper level. With DIY biology, you don't need a PhD or a state-of-the-art lab. All you need is an inquisitive mind, a few household items, and a dash of patience. DIY biology experiments aren't just for the professionals, they're for the amateur scientist, the curious teenager, the dedicated hobbyist. They're for anyone who's ever looked at a flower, a bug, or their own reflection and wondered, how does it work? So whether it's extracting DNA from a strawberry, observing microorganisms in pond water, or any number of other experiments, DIY biology offers a pathway to understanding. It's a journey that can start in your own kitchen or backyard, taking you into the heart of life's greatest mysteries. So, ready to get your hands dirty with some DIY biology? First up, we'll be extracting DNA from a strawberry. This process, which seems like it's straight out of a science lab, can be done right in your own kitchen with a few simple ingredients. The main ingredient, of course, is a strawberry. Strawberries are an excellent choice for DNA extraction because they are octoploid, meaning they possess 8 copies of each type of DNA chromosome. This gives us plenty of genetic material to work with. Next up, we need some dish soap. This common household item has a crucial role in our experiment. The soap's job is to break down the cell walls to release the DNA. This process is called lysis, and it allows us to access the genetic material within the cells. A pinch of salt is also needed. Salt helps to break down the proteins that are bound to the DNA, further aiding in its release. It also helps the DNA to precipitate or solidify so we can see it. Now we're ready to begin the fun part, the extraction. First, we'll need to crush the strawberries to break down their cellular structure. This step is crucial as it physically disrupts the cell walls and makes it easier for the soap and salt to do their job. Once the strawberries are well crushed, we mix in the soap and salt. Give it a good stir and let it sit for a bit. This gives the soap and salt time to break down the cell walls and proteins. Finally, it's time to add the rubbing alcohol. The alcohol causes the DNA to precipitate out of the solution, making it visible to the naked eye. Pour it slowly and watch the magic happen. You'll see a white, cloudy substance start to form. That's the strawberry's DNA. It's pretty amazing to think that this simple experiment has allowed us to see something as complex and important as DNA, the blueprint of life. And there you have it. DNA extracted from a strawberry right in your own home. So what have we learned from our strawberry DNA extraction? Well, first off, this experiment shows us that DNA isn't just an abstract concept we read about in textbooks. It's a physical substance, tangible and real, something we can touch and see with our own eyes. In this case, we've seen it in the form of a stringy, gooey substance extracted from a humble strawberry. But what's even more fascinating is this. The DNA we've just extracted from a strawberry isn't all that different from our own. That's right, the genetic material that makes a strawberry shares many commonalities with the genetic material that makes us, well, us. We're all part of the same tapestry of life, woven together by the threads of DNA. So, next time you bite into a juicy strawberry, remember you're not so different from it, at least not on a genetic level. Isn't it amazing to think that we share so much in common with a strawberry? Scene script. Next, we're going to delve into the microscopic world of pond water. Imagine the pond as a bustling metropolis. It's teeming with life, but not the kind you can see with the naked eye. To uncover this hidden world, we'll first need to collect a sample of pond water. Now remember, you don't need a lot. A small vial will do just fine. After all, even in a single drop of water, there's a whole universe waiting to be discovered. Once we've got our sample, it's time to get up close and personal with a microscope. This is our window into the unseen. Place a small amount of the pond water on a glass slide, cover it with a cover slip, and then gently place it under the microscope. As you adjust the focus, you'll begin to see shapes moving and swirling. What you're seeing are microorganisms, the tiniest of life forms. You might see bacteria, those tiny single-celled organisms that are among the first forms of life on Earth. They come in different shapes and sizes, from round cocci to rod-shaped bacilli, and even spiral-shaped spirilla. You may also spot algae, which look like tiny green dots or strings. These are plant-like organisms that produce oxygen through photosynthesis. They're a vital part of the ecosystem, providing food for a host of other microorganisms. Don't be surprised if you spot small crustaceans darting about. These are likely water fleas or copepods. They're a bit like the whales of the microscopic world, much larger than the bacteria and algae, and they feed on these smaller organisms. Observing these microorganisms gives us a glimpse into a world that's as complex and diverse as our own. Each organism has a role to play, contributing to the health and balance of the ecosystem. It's a reminder that life in all its forms is interconnected. From this tiny drop of water, we've uncovered a whole new world. What can our pond water exploration teach us about life? Well, for starters, it demonstrates the sheer diversity of life contained in just a single drop. In that one droplet, there's a whole universe of microorganisms, each with its own unique role and function. Let's start with the most noticeable finding, the variety of life. From bacteria to protozoa, from algae to tiny crustaceans, each drop of pond water is a teeming metropolis of microscopic creatures. It's like a bustling city, where everyone is busy doing their own thing, but together they create a vibrant and dynamic ecosystem. Then there's the importance of these microorganisms in the ecosystem. They aren't just aimlessly floating around. Oh no, they're hard at work. The algae, for example, are the primary producers, converting sunlight into food through photosynthesis. Then you have the tiny animals like rotifers and water fleas, who eat the algae and bacteria. And let's not forget the bacteria themselves, who are busy breaking down organic matter and recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. And it's not just about what's happening in the pond. These microorganisms have a ripple effect on larger biological processes too. Consider the humble algae. They don't just feed the pond's inhabitants, they also produce oxygen. Yep, these tiny green powerhouses are responsible for nearly half of the world's oxygen production. So, every time you take a breath, remember to thank the algae. And it's not just algae. Every microorganism in that drop of water is connected to the grand tapestry of life in some way or another. They're a testament to the interconnectedness of life, showing us that even the smallest of organisms can have a big impact. So what's the takeaway from our microscopic exploration? It's simple. Every drop of water tells a story of life's complexity and interconnectivity. It's a reminder that life, in all its various forms, is all around us, often in places we least expect. The next time you see a pond, remember, it's not just water, it's a bustling metropolis of life.